Before we begin, before we talk about the first episode of a show that broke my heart last season, I'd like to talk about the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I don't play a lot of mobile games, honestly. I'm usually too busy whining about superheroes, movies, and superhero movies, but Raid Shadow Legends is ridiculously high quality. The game has genuinely some of the best graphics I've seen in a mobile game, combined with an engrossing storyline, these crazy boss battles, and over 400 champions to collect and customize, all for the cost of nothing. It's freaking free. Raid has been growing super fast with over 10 million players in the first 3 months. You won't feel late to the party though. Raid just launched a new loyalty program for new players with a daily login reward for the first 90 days. Check out this cool roadmap that they published. They actually have huge plans for updates in the game for over 6 months, so there's an infinite amount of content for you to enjoy. No time to get bored. Now is the time to jump into the game, but don't take my word for it. This game has over 200,000 positive reviews with a nearly perfect score. If you're looking for a new game to try out, I highly recommend downloading Raid Shadow Legends from our link in the description. By downloading the game from our custom link below, not only will you be supporting the channel and supporting our content, but you will instantly get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as a part of the new player program from Raid. So special thanks to Raid for sponsoring this video, and special thanks to all of you for supporting our content. Titans Season 1 was a show I covered in detail last year, a show that I didn't love, a show that in theory should have brought me joy, but is a failure on almost every single level. From the scripts, to the direction of the actors, to the editing, to the lighting, to the color corrections, to the way moments are paced, to the plot, to the characters, and most devastatingly to the storytelling. You know, I love the Teen Titans, I love the DC Comics characters, and I really believe that a live-action Teen Titans show could and should be groundbreaking and fresh in the crowded sea full of comic book television shows. Kind of like Doom Patrol, or Swamp Thing. As you all know, I thought Season 1 was an edgy, blue-tinted mess with no cohesion and seemingly little thought put into it. A show that got by on its references to the comics and the fact they said Batman a bunch of times. By the time the finale aired, I was left heartbroken and tired. So why am I even doing a video on the premiere of Season 2? Shouldn't I wait till the season is over? Hear me out. I figured that while I take forever to finish Raimi Part 3, it would be interesting to make this quick video covering just the premiere of Season 2 to see if anything was different. To see if they listened to some of the criticisms they got from asshats like me, and to see if they really changed course as the trailer would lead you to believe. So let's get started.
Let him go.
Fuck me. The first thing I noticed when I watched this episode was how they took the final shot from last year and made it blue. I'm not even joking. Look at the end of Season 1.
They'll all see.
Now look at the beginning of Season 2. It wasn't blue before, but now it's blue. They didn't hashtag get rid of the blue. Oh, no, 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 no. The blue is back, baby, and stronger than ever. Look at this. Blue, blue, blue. Almost every shot of this episode seems like the camera guy forgot to check the white balance. Everyone was adding me on Twitter telling me they got rid of the blue in the new trailer. Hey Alex, did you check out the Titans Season 2 trailer? They got rid of the blue. No, 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 no. I knew. You see this shot right here from the trailer? Doesn't something look, I don't know, a little bit off about this shot? Yeah, you know what? There is something off. It's actually blue. Whoever edited this trailer thought they could hide it, thought they could bury it, but you can't bury the blue. You can't lock up the blue. The good. Let's talk about some positive things. Some things I think they improved on in this episode. I've been trying to be more positive, you know, spread the love, talk about things I like and all that. The editing in this episode flows a hell of a lot better. The dialogue scenes, the fights, the pacing, it all works much better here. I talked about how messy and confused the editing was in the first season, how the show didn't have a natural flow to it, and how things didn't really make sense. I now realize that's probably because entire episodes and plot lines of the show were cut for reasons unknown. In fact, this whole first episode is a reshot version of the Season 1 finale, which I'm fine with. Nobody was really hyped about the Trigon plot that made no sense, so they got rid of Trigon, the villain they built up for 11 episodes in the first episode of Season 2. Okay. Dick Grayson is finally acting like Dick Grayson. Gone is the dick-stabbing fuck Batman and angry, angsty sidekick, and hello to the charming, empathetic, and caring guy that he always should have been. There is a course correction with all the characters. Jason is now an annoying thrill seeker instead of an annoying backbreaker. Raven is more independent. Beast Boy actually has some things to do now. And I really appreciate the banter between the characters, even if it comes out of nowhere.
You're the new Robin?
Present accounted for, babe.
The team is now acting like a group of people who give a semblance of a shit about each other and not the dour, depressed edge machines of the first season. I wish it was a more natural progression. I wish we built up to this, but you can tell they realized that this is what the show should have been from the start, and I'm glad they came to that decision. And that's about all I liked. Shit. Wait. One more thing. I liked how they had Trigon turn into a demon. The CG was... yeah, but not, I mean, half bad for a television show with probably a small budget. And I really respected the choice to just, you know, go for this.
That's my girl.
The stuff I didn't like. The filmmaking has somehow downgraded. There is absolutely no purpose to the cinematography, to the lighting. No visual storytelling, no real exciting shots. Everything is either underexposed, overexposed, or just ugly. The show feels cheap. It feels like a fan film you would find on YouTube. I don't know if it's because of a lack of budget or a rush shooting schedule, but watching this after watching the other DC Universe exclusives, there is a radical difference in production value, shot composition, and overall aesthetic.
What? It's true.
Almost none of the visuals in this episode are used to elicit emotion. The music does all the emotional lifting. Take this hilarious montage, for example.
Wait. You're still you. Come back to me. I know you're still in there, Rach, please.
We never got to see Beast Boy and Rachel care for each other, really care. Those moments in season 1 were so few and far between. So now after she turns evil for about 2 seconds, Gar is going to pull her out of it by using the power of underdeveloped love.
Come back to us. You've got to fight. Please don't give in.
None of this imagery makes me care or feel anything. Maybe I'm alone in this, but because these grand, big emotional moments rely solely on the music, on the score for the show, when it's a sad scene, they make sure to blast the sad instrumental. Because of that, all those big, grand, emotional moments that are supposed to feel real, feel heartfelt, feel true, come off as very dishonest and forced. It ain't good when you can tell you're being manipulated into feeling something that you end up not feeling at all. It comes off as very disingenuous. There are also plenty of weird things like this. I can't tell if this was supposed to happen or if it was just a really awkward mess up that they left in. Either way, it's weird. I feel like Titans, especially this episode, is shot for coverage and not with creativity in mind. They're going down a shot list. They're not thinking of super creative ways to film anything. If season 1 was trying to be Daredevil in its execution, its filmmaking, and its tone, then season 2 so far feels like it's content being current Arrow or Flash.
You can't lock up the darkness.
Not early Arrow or Flash. Those are fucking great. The writing is more unnatural, weird, and stilted than ever before.
Our scripture states Trigon can only fully inhabit your world after he breaks Rachel's heart.
I have a better idea.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm really confused on this, so genuinely fucking correct me if I'm wrong. They never mentioned the original Titans in season 1, did they? I mean, we know that Hawk, Dove, Robin, and Wonder Girl were all pals.
Fucking psychopath.
But we never knew they were like this superhero team called the Titans. Actually, I don't think the word Titans was ever said in season 1. And now I'm watching this episode and...
Titans.
That's the Titan who quit.
You really want to go there right now? Titans?
With your old Titans friends. Titans again.
Did I miss something?
Titans are back, bitches! Woo!
Guess so. All the Trigon and Raven dialogue is so bad, it's freaking spectacular.
Cue the rescuers. Cue the final betrayal.
That's my girl.
You know what they say. Genetics is destiny.
Gold. Comedy, gold. None of the dark dreams the Titans have in this episode carry any weight. Donna watches her previously unmentioned father die in a fire and then kills the dude who did it. Jason kills Dick with a gun. Starfire kills Raven with her fire. And Hawk and Dove do heroin.
This will help you more than I ever could. It'll make you feel so good.
Okay, Chief. Oh yeah, Slade's in this, and I haven't seen enough of him to talk about him, but yeah, I guess that's cool. Oh yeah, Bruce Wayne is in this, and I wasn't a big fan. I know this guy is a great actor. I'm sure both him and Brenton Thwaites are great actors, but the material they are given here is so freaking messy. For some reason, Bruce is old, even though he was moving like this in a dream sequence last year. I don't know what storytelling purpose having Bruce being old serves. Maybe they just wanted this actor, but it feels so out of place to me. But what really grinds my gears, what really irks my dumbass, are lines like these.
I don't want to make a big thing out of this. I just want to say a few things to clear the air.
When we last saw Dick in season 1, he blamed Bruce for all his pain, all his darkness. He blamed Bruce for abusing him and turning him into a weapon.
Fuck that man.
I admired him at first. Eventually, I had to walk away because I was becoming too much like him.
You want my advice? Don't be robbed. All those years Bruce was helping me, he was turning me into a weapon, his weapon.
What you've always wanted. Wanted me to give in to the darkness, to become you.
And now he is conveniently willing to forgive and put all that behind him.
I know you only did what you knew, what you thought was best for me.
The one thing I dislike more than inconsistent characterization is off-screen development. I guess Dick found the resolution to his arc and his internal conflict that plagued him throughout the entire first season. I guess he realized that forgiveness was the answer sometime off-screen.
I had to let it go in order to move on. It was stopping me from realizing all the things you did that helped me.
It definitely didn't happen anywhere in season 1, but maybe it happened while he was possessed by Trigon. But I never saw it, we never felt it, so it feels completely unearned. Final thoughts. I've heard some other critics say that the real season 2, the new tone, the new style, begins at the end of this episode. But I've reached the end of the episode, and besides some fun banter, some smoother editing, and a Dick Grayson who actually acts like Dick Grayson, it still suffers from the same problems that I had with season 1, except now it's less edgy and less angry. What's scary about all this is that the guys who wrote this episode, the one I'm talking about right now, these guys are the showrunners. They are the ones in charge of the vision and direction the show takes, and if the script, the vision, and the direction of the first episode is any indication of the rest of the season, I think I know exactly what I'm going to get. I'm no longer heartbroken over this show. I knew what to expect when I started watching this time. I'll watch the rest of the season and maybe make a video about it once the finale airs if the overall quality drastically increases. If I start to feel a tangible change in story and execution. Who knows? This is only the first episode, and these thoughts that I have are only about what we've seen so far. But I know that I don't want to keep shitting on something that a lot of people worked hard on. I think it's important to remember that there are real people who work on these things. If you've ever made anything, created anything, you know just how hard it is to create. So even if I passionately don't like Titans, I don't wish to bring the people who made it down. So goodbye for now, friends. I guess all I have to say is, fuck that man.